Our top story this evening, Rahul Gandhi is back in Parliament. He returned to Parliament after 4 months. Those pictures on your screens now. It was a moment that Team India has been waiting for. This moment is coming after the Supreme Court stayed Rahul Gandhi's conviction in a defamation case over the Modi surname remark. Rahul Gandhi was seen at Parliament with his mother Sonia Gandhi. He offered his respects at the Gandhi statue before entering Parliament. The leader was accorded a warm welcome by the Congress party and all opposition MPs as well. He will now be leading the Congress's charge against the government during the trust vote tomorrow over Manipur. There were grand celebrations at the Congress headquarters as well. Congress workers could be seen dancing and celebrating. In fact, Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge was seen celebrating the occasion with sweets. Listen in.
It is very clear why they wanted to keep him out of the parliamentary process and parliamentary debates. It's the fear, because he is one person who is speaking for the poor of this country. Now, when they raise certain issues, I should also tell, see, it is Congress party and Mr. Rahul Gandhi who have been asking for debate on Chinese incursions for the past 2 years. So it is not we who are afraid, or we who don't want to fight the Chinese. Let them disclose the fundings and the donations in PM case to the countryman. Then the country will know how many Chinese companies have donated in PM case.
Okay, while the opposition was jubilant today, the BJP clicked on the New York Times to target Rahul Gandhi. The ruling BJP is accusing the Congress and Rahul Gandhi of hobnobbing with anti-nationals and the Chinese. There were unprecedented scenes at the Lok Sabha today. In fact, the chaos was over a New York Times report. The BJP was citing this report to target Rahul Gandhi. The BJP said in the Lok Sabha that there is a direct link that NewsClick, which is a news website, has with the CPC, has essentially with the Chinese, and there is funding that is coming from there. They say that China has been pumping money into various countries, including India, for pushing their propaganda. In fact, BJP MP Nishikant Dubey raised the issue of this news report on the floor of the House and said that Indian web portal NewsClick had received 38 crore rupees in funding, and the money had been used to create an anti-India environment. The BJP, quoting this New York Times report, is also claiming to have uncovered a well-funded Chinese influence campaign led by American millionaire Neville Roy Singham. The report details a global web of Chinese propaganda, and the BJP has now slammed the Congress for its alleged defense of NewsClick during an ED inquiry of the company in 2021. Listen in.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi has signed the agreement with the Communist Party of China for a high-level exchange and all that. I don't know what kind of exchanges they're going to do, but definitely, yes, there was exchange of funds which came to the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. They didn't come clean on that. While time and again on the foreign soil, he was speaking, making anti-India remarks, showing to the world that China is doing extremely well, heaping praises for China, but at the same time, speaking against the democracy in India. हम भारत को टुकड़े टुकड़े नहीं होने देंगे, चाहे कांग्रेस टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग के साथ जाकर खड़ी हो जाए। राहुल गांधी जी बीच रात को जाकर उनके साथ खड़े हो गए, बाद में टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग के लोगों को अपने आप में शामिल भी करा लिया।
Meanwhile, the news portal NewsClick has responded to these allegations made by the New York Times. They are saying the charges are baseless. The news website has also refuted the charge of being a mouthpiece of the Chinese Communist Party. On the other hand, the BJP's China-Congress link charge hasn't gone down very well with the Congress party. What the Congress party is saying essentially is that the government has a Rahul phobia. Listen in to how the Congress has reacted.
Sometimes I feel whether they are deserved to be the minister of a country like India. Rahul Gandhi's reinstatement in the parliament is not being digested by the ruling party's political apparatus. And that also before no confidence motions debate. They are afraid of Rahul Gandhi's intervention.
I think this kind of politics is absurd. No one in any of our political parties can be considered to be anti-Indian. We have a different view of how India should progress and what India needs in terms of its future as a democracy. And that's the difference. It's not about any foreign country. In fact, we have been critical of this government for not being tough enough on China after they killed 20 of our soldiers in Galwan. So it makes no sense to make such a charge.
Let me go across to our guest this evening. Pradeep Mahaur is leader of the BJP. Meeta Chakrabarti is a spokesperson of the Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very short, quick debate. So I'll request you to keep your thoughts and your sentences and your remarks and your comments short. Pradeep Mahaur, I'm coming to you first. I've read the New York Times report. I think most of our viewers would have read that New York Times report as well. The report is making a link between NewsClick, which is a digital website here in India, and China, saying that China is pumping money into NewsClick to push Chinese propaganda. Now, that is something that NewsClick has denied. But I'm keeping that aside. Where does the New York Times, in its expose, mention the Congress Party? Why are you bringing the Congress Party into what the New York Times has published today?
Look, one thing is very clear, that there is some propaganda machine going on against India. Right. On top of that, we heard about, Rahul Gandhi going to China and having a secret agreement there. So, I mean, even during Doklaham, he was there, he went to China secretly, and, he was having, meetings with them. So during the time when India is facing, India is on a standoff, basically, at that time, if somebody goes secretly, means there can be a panel which can be sent to China or officially, but he was going secretly. So everything comes under something like they are trying to build a conspiracy, and this has been put forward. It is very clear. Ultimately, it's possible that in future it can be proved, because some things are such that they can be proved. There are not proper evidences against them even today, but definitely the agencies will be working on it, and in future it can be proved. And if some kind of this kind of an allegation has been put forward against Rahul Gandhi, he should have come forward and spoken on it. I mean, this allegation is we haven't put this allegation today. We are been talking about it since a long time, but there is no response from Rahul Gandhi on the same. It is a serious allegation. He should come forward and say that how it happened when he went to China. First of all, the Congress party said, no, we did not go there. Then when the photos were leaked, then they said, okay, we went there. What is this? Straightforward. In front of the media, in front of everybody, you are proved as a liar, and now you are coming and saying, that this website is wrong and this statement is wrong. What is this? Come forward. Let Rahul Gandhi speak for himself now. Why only Congress loyalists will go and speak for him?
No, tell me one thing. I am again asking you, Mr. Mahaur. The meeting is not so secret if the ruling BJP knows about it, right? The pictures from 2017 that all of you talk about is Rahul Gandhi. Yeah, I mean, right? It's not so secret after all. Plus the pictures that the BJP likes to put across of Rahul Gandhi shaking hands with a Chinese-looking man is actually China's ambassador to India. So are you telling me that now it is a crime to meet the Chinese ambassador of India?
No.
But listen, here's the point. Let Meeta, I mean, why should we argue about it? Let Meeta, she's this Congress spokesperson, let her come and defend her party, and Rahul Gandhi. Meeta ji, would you want to come in here, please? About secret meetings, about Rahul Gandhi being in cahoots with China, etc.
I'm completely amazed with the choice of words. He says that he does not have enough evidence, the BJP does not have enough evidence, but they have the guts to go and speak about it in front of the media just to build a media perception. It's amazing. On the day when Rahul Gandhi's parliamentary membership has been again reintroduced and he's back in the parliament, and we are celebrating that. We are celebrating the victory of democracy and that our faith in Indian judiciary has been restored. We hear bizarre allegations being made. There is an article that talks about a link of a possible link of a Chinese source with a news portal called NewsClick. And BJP goes on and extends that to Congress party based on no evidence at all. And secondly, it is us who had been asking the BJP to have a parliamentary debate on the Chinese incursion. They have been running away from it. It is us, if we raise issues like inflation and unemployment who are affecting the people of India, how does it become an anti-India propaganda? As the principal opposition party, we are well within our rights to raise issues that affect the people of the nation, and we will continue to do so. No party is anti-India. It's absolutely obvious that the BJP is rattled after the victory that Congress had in states like Karnataka and Himachal Pradesh, with the preparation that we have in the upcoming state elections, be it in Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, etc. And they're rattled with Rahul Gandhi ji's Bharat Jodo Yatra. Now that he's back in the parliament, they know that they'll be attacked. They know that they will be put in a spot, and hence this kind of propaganda against the Congress party. The 135-year-old Indian National Congress Party is anything but anti-India. And this kind of propaganda is absolutely bizarre. And the people of India, not only the Indian alliance, but the people of India will give a befitting reply to this kind of propaganda.
Mr. Mahaur, would you want to respond to that? That the BJP isn't entirely happy with the fact that Rahul Gandhi has made a comeback in Parliament after 4 months. And what the Congress party is saying is this is the government that has Rahul phobia. Now that Rahul Gandhi is coming back, he will be leading the opposition's charge tomorrow during the trust vote. This is the BJP rattled. It's like kuch bhi bol rahi hai. Without any truth or any basis of truth.
No. We should understand one thing, that as far as the Congress is concerned, they are I don't know, they are celebrating this moment as if Rahul Gandhi has done something very extraordinary and he is coming like a gladiator, and people are celebrating. First question is that what has he done? He was proved by court. It was proved that he has done something wrong. He did not choose his words properly. Those words were hurting for some of the population that was living in India, right? So ultimately, when he has returned to the parliament, first thing is he should have kept his eyes down, because he should be ashamed of what he has done. And even the court has said that this is not something very good. And they are celebrating as if it is a kind of victory. It is not a victory. Court has not overturned the orders of the lower court, right? Supreme Court has not overturned that. It is just like they have given a stay, right? So obviously there is a law in India which has laid down certain rules and regulations, right? So according to those rules and regulations, earlier when the court has declared something, he had to go, and now when Supreme Court has given their verdict, he has to come back. So what is so good about it? What is so great about it? I'm really surprised. And second, as far as this allegation on Rahul Gandhi is concerned, first thing we need to understand, there is some kind of something to hide. Now, Congress is actually trying to hide something. I'll tell you how. What happened was, when he went there and had a meeting with Chinese people, there is no issue. I mean, they could have declared it. First of all, they said that
Mr. Mahaur, अरे रुक जाइए. This is the third time. Just a minute. This is the third time. नहीं, एक मिनट सुनिए. Just
this is very serious. This is very serious.
You can continue, but just a fact check. रुक जाइए. Just a minute. Just a fact check, and you can continue with your chain of thought. But just a fact check, since you mentioned this thrice already, so I think it is my duty to come and inform you that the picture that the BJP puts out of 2017 with Rahul Gandhi shaking hands with the Chinese man, that's actually the Chinese ambassador to India, and that meeting didn't happen in Beijing or some secret location. It happened very much here in Delhi. Just to clarify, at least in 2017, there is no record of Rahul Gandhi going to China. But anyhow, continue.
So, I mean, this is not a allegation that I am putting. This has been put in the parliament ultimately. So it has to have some basis.
Okay. I think Mr. Mahaur's frame has frozen. I hope Yeah, I hope I'm not accused of doing it deliberately, because I promised you this is not deliberate. Meeta Chakrabarti, anyhow, respond. Chakrabarti, just respond to what Mr. Mahaur is saying. Isme kaun
I
si, he's
will.
coming back like a gladiator who's won some big battle. You heard that. Just respond to it.
I'll come to that in a bit. But first of all, regarding this Chinese link allegation, first of all, the Prime Minister and the Prime Minister's office should come clean and declare the number of Chinese companies that had contributed to the PM Care Fund, including blacklisted companies by the Indian government. That list should be made public. When we are asking repeatedly for a parliamentary debate on Chinese incursion, why is that not being entertained? It is the Prime Minister of this great nation, India, who had openly and publicly stated that koi nahi ghusa hai, giving a complete clean sheet to the Chinese army. Now, we need a clarification on that as well. So it is not India who is being China friendly. It is the current ruling dispensation of BJP that is being very, very friendly, over friendly to the Chinese troops. And how many times have the Prime Minister of India met the Chinese leadership? So if it is about a meeting, and I'm thanks for doing a fact check, because fact checking and BJP leadership and BJP politics seem to be completely disconnected. So even when Mr. Gandhi is meeting the Chinese ambassador in Delhi, they try to take that picture and put it out of context and propagate a story. They try to spin a narrative through their WhatsApp university. That's the unfortunate truth and reality of today's politics. Now, coming back to about Rahul Gandhiji's reintroduction to the Indian Parliament, let us not forget that Rahul Gandhiji is not new to the Indian Parliament. He has been there since 2004. Let us also not forget that this is a man who has been the former president of a 135-year-old Indian National Congress Party. And yet, there had been much worse things that had been said in election rallies, much worse things. And yet, taking one statement of his from an election rally in Karnataka in 2018, putting it out of context and giving him a maximum sentence of 2 years. Had the sentence been even 1 day less than 2 years, then he would not have been disqualified. That clearly shows the intention. And thirdly, when people say that he had not been, that it has only been a stay on the conviction statement, let us give this clarification that the case in front of the Supreme Court was only about having a stay on the conviction statement so that Rahul Gandhiji can be reintroduced to the Indian Parliament and to the parliamentary procedures and debates. And their Supreme Court has given a 360-degree judgment. The judgment is very clear. The case in front of the Supreme Court was not whether what Rahul Gandhiji had said was right or wrong. The Supreme Court had given a very clear, no ifs, no conditions attached judgment, stating extremely clearly that Rahul Gandhiji's conviction has been stated, and meaning that he has to be reintroduced to the parliamentary procedure. And there lies the victory, and hence that's the reason why we are celebrating.
Okay, Mr. Mahaur, I'll give you the last word. Why are you so upset that Rahul Gandhi is coming back to Parliament?
No, not at all upset. We are happy. We are happy. He should be there. But what is surprising?
Then why did you bring this entire Chinese checkers game into it? Why did you start these Chinese whispers then? If you were very happy with him coming in.
This is not like bringing. This is something very serious, and this needs to be discussed. I mean, we can ask questions to Rahul Gandhi now. So we are asking questions. I mean, he should reply. He should. What is happening?
Manipur se ek din pehle.
That lady.
No, interesting timing, Mr. Mahaur. Interesting timing, Interesting timing. Tomorrow is the trust vote on Manipur. The BJP is said to be embarrassed. So ahead of that, you're trying to embarrass the Congress party by bringing in the China angle out of thin air.
How are you predicting that BJP is going to be embarrassed? Let's see. Tomorrow the things will be different. Come, let him come, and he'll have to face the heat. Acha, one thing is very important. As I heard, that lady, Congress spokesperson, talking about Rahul Gandhi's case. I mean, I'm really surprised. She's saying judgment of Supreme Court. She doesn't understand difference between judgment and stay. I mean, what kind of narrative they are trying to build to the people? I mean, it simply feels to me as if they are trying to fool Indian people by saying that the Supreme Court has given 360 pages judgment. First of all, it is not 360 pages. Second is it is not a judgment. What is this? And she is speaking this on a TV channel. surprising, no, really pathetic. This is the kind of attitude that
Okay,
I
okay.
always condemn.
Indian
Because
politics
Congress party
surprises-
has been doing it regularly. They are doing it regularly.
Okay. Okay. See, the
360
point is
page
that Indian
judgment.
politics surprises citizens.
360-degree.
Why is she shouting
give me a
so
minute.
much?
Page. You do not even
What?
understand
I'm out
simple
of
Why
English,
are you
time.
sir.
shouting?
I'm out
Why are
of
you
time.
shouting?
Understand simple English,
Pradeep
sir.
ji and
That's your
Meeta ji.
problem. I
Smita
never
ji,
said
why are you
360
shouting?
Ho
pages.
gaya.
I mean, people
Pradeep ji,
can
Meeta
listen to
ji,
you.
thank you.
You do not
Thank you.
understand English, sir.
What surprises Indian citizens, Mr. Mahaur, every day is India's politics and their politicians. That's what surprises Indian citizens every day. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much, Pradeep Mahaur, for joining us, and Meeta Chakravarti for joining us as well. Stepping into a quick break on the show. There's much more on the other side. Do stay with us.